welcome back to the Babble Boys podcast. Joined as always with Jeff. Jeff, how we doing?
We're doing, buddy. We're doing. Getting back in the groove.
So, Jeff, I have a question for you.
hmm
Where in the U.S. are you most likely to be audited by the IRS?
Mm, maybe if you live in upscale Manhattan.
Maybe, but I can tell you the real answer is Humphreys County, Mississippi.
Excuse me? The poorest state in the country?
It is a rural county in the Mississippi Delta, known for its catfish farms, and more than a third of its mostly African American residents are below the poverty line. But according to a new study, it is the most heavily audited county in America.
What's the average income of that county? Like $17,000?
Oh, we're going to get into it here. So, in a baffling twist of logic, the intense IRS focus on Humphreys County is actually because so many of its taxpayers are poor. More than half of the county's taxpayers claim the Earned Income Tax Credit, a program designed to help boost low-income workers out of poverty. As we reported last year, the IRS audits the Earned Income Tax Credit recipients at higher rates than all but the richest Americans, a response to pressure from congressional Republicans to root out incorrect payments of the credit. The study estimates that Humphreys, with a median annual household income of just $26,000, is audited at a rate 51% higher than Loudoun County, Virginia, which boasts a median income of $130,000, the highest in the country. Kim M. Bloomquist, the author of the study, which was first published in the industry journal Tax Notes, served as a senior economist with the IRS Research Division for 2 decades. He decided to map the distribution of audits to illustrate the dramatic regional effects of the IRS emphasis on EITC audits, because more than a third of all audits are of EITC recipients. So, as you can see here,
I wonder if you just make too little, if it's just an automatic ping. Because when I was in the Army, I was audited twice.
Mhm.
And obviously my taxable income was probably around 27-ish thousand.
probably.
God.
In an email, an IRS spokesperson said that tax returns are selected for audit without regard to race or where the taxpayer lives. EITC audits can be punishing for taxpayers since they routinely start with a refund being held and can drag on for well over a year. The IRS does sponsor a program to provide free legal help to help low-income taxpayers, but in Mississippi, the state with the highest audit rate in the country,
The poorest state, too.
there is only one attorney for the program.
What the fuck? Why do they do that to these people?
Oh my goodness. I cover all 82 counties, said Ben Wilkerson of North Mississippi Rural Legal Services. Out of necessity, he largely deals with his clients over the phone, counseling them on how to collect documentation to confirm their earnings or that a child lives with them for over 6 months of the year. We get a lot of calls from pretty much everywhere, he says. Representative Terry Sewell, a Democrat whose Western Alabama district includes some of the counties in the highest audit rates, who sits on the House Ways and Means Committee, which oversees the IRS, said in response that taxpayers shouldn't be disproportionately targeted for claiming a certain tax credit. Congress, she said, must ensure that the IRS initiates and executes audits in a fair and impartial manner. Well, we know that's not how that system works.
So Mississippi, the poorest state in the union, is the most heavily audited?
In counties with the highest audit rates, there were about 11 audits per 1,000 tax
Jesus
returns
Christ.
filed each year, which is more than 40% above the national average.
Yeah, but like, is it? I guess it's cheaper to audit the poor then, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Let it be no mistake about it. The IRS is a business.
Oh, they're in the business of getting their money.
Absolutely. And they're going to get their money.
Oh, they're going to get their money.
I guess if you think about it from a business-minded aspect, if you're going after some Wall Street person that lives in New York, they're going to have lawyers and the process is going to drag out and they know the loopholes. But if you go picking on somebody with a ninth grade education who's barely getting by,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you looking to gain out of that?
Well, they also have to apply for the earned income tax credit, and they may. So my guess is they apply for it, and they're not always completely factual with how they're applying for it.
Sure.
But as you said, I mean, these people are making $26,000 a year.
Like leave
They're
them alone.
they're trying to get all the money they can get.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's little to no opportunity there. I'm sure. I mean,
And now all it would take, I mean, if you think about it, if it's that easy, all it would take is you to forget one document.
one,
Yep, and
one.
you're not getting the tax return this year.
I'm speechless. That like I was expecting, like maybe somebody in like maybe like some places in California or New York or where the cost of living is really high, but talking Mississippi?
Yeah. Well,
God.
New York's on here, so
Yeah, the eight,
let's see
seven,
the
seven,
city.
8 per
Yeah,
1,000.
it's still not as high.
No.
I mean, you get down here,
So
Texas.
basically, all right, so like if you look over South Carolina and Georgia. So if you notice, well, if you don't know, I'll tell you, the farther inland you go, typically is an indicator of less money. Okay, because rich people tend to live on the coast. There's no secret. But if you notice, the farther inland you get, the redder it gets
Yeah.
for the most part.
Well, if you look at Georgia here,
Yeah, I mean that's a clear indicator.
I mean,
And I mean Texas, that southern tip of Texas is by far the poorest.
oh yeah.
That's rural Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
These. I mean, it.
Well, San Diego County, they make it over there in California. I mean, that's a pretty
Yeah.
7.8. That's still nothing.
I mean, even L.A. County, eight point
Is
two.
is that Alaska? That's dark red too. Down.
Yeah.
What the God?
Yeah.
So basically, the moral is the poorer you are, and the poorer area you live, the higher your chances of being audited.
Yeah. The moral of the story is, if you're poor,
You're gonna get shit on.
you're always going to be poor. It's.
So
I mean, it's just the way it is in this country, at least. If you're poor, it is extremely hard to be unpoor.
absolutely. I
You are.
mean,
There are so many obstacles.
there's a lot of luck involved.
Yes.
Um, Either that or you have to work your ass off. But even then, you got to be smart with working your tail off. I mean, just to be frank, I mean, and you got to think about it. It's a multi-layered cycle. Like if you are born poor in a nice area, your chances of escaping it are much better, right? We would agree with that.
Yeah.
But if you're poor in a rural and very poor area, you got to think about it in a multi-layer aspect. The teachers that you're getting out there are not the most qualified. Your parents and the general atmosphere there doesn't care about education. You're not equipped to make the decisions that you need to make to escape that poverty. And in return, the area that you live has no opportunity. It's an escapable, you can't escape it.
No. A lot of those people, when you're born into that, that's where you'll be forever.
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up in a single wide trailer and it was good enough for you growing up, it's going to be good enough for you as an adult.
Yep.
That's just the
And
way it is.
it doesn't help that the government is hounding you for the little bit of money that you make.
Well, and just think of what percentage of people who make $20,000 a year are fluent readers?
I'm sure it's a small percentage, probably.
They probably get tripped up so easy and they know it. It's
Yeah.
kind of disgusting.
It's obviously predatory.
It's shady,
Yeah.
without a question. Man,
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't believe that there's a political ideology or side that you could even blame this on. This is a
No.
systematic issue.
Listen, being poor is almost a crime. I mean, if think about it, debtor's prison. There's bills that if you don't pay, you'll go to jail. If you don't have enough money to pay the government, they can literally jail you.
Yeah, like child support
Yeah.
or student loans. Or I mean, but
Because you
like,
didn't create enough little green monies to give to them. That's the reason that you're going to be imprisoned.
and that and it should so be illegal. Like, I live in a pretty poverty-stricken area, and there's like title maxes and all these different kind of places where you can, basically put your car's title up for a loan. So you could put your $10,000 car up for a loan for maybe 2,500, and the
Mm.
interest on that shit's going to be 30%.
Oh yeah.
And you know, why is that even like that is predatory? You'll
Yeah.
never be able to pay more than the interest rate.
No, I can't believe that's even legal.
It's
I'm not surprised.
no, I mean, I'm not either. And don't get me wrong, I support capitalism 100%, but that is definitely a con of it. I mean, there's a predatory system there. And unfortunately, if you're not intelligent enough to fight that battle, you're going to lose it.
Yep.
You're going to lose it.
Well, uh, I think it pays to know someone good at taxes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, and at the end of the day, if you try to get one over on old Uncle Sam,
Oh, he gonna get you.
old Uncle Sam's going to win. He's going to get you. He's
He
going to
gonna
get
get
that
you.
money. He's going to get
Oh
that
yeah.
money. There are
Oh
more
yeah.
now. I mean, unless you're, a Donald Trump billionaire and you can hire the best accountants in the world to find every loophole in that 12,000 page tax code, then you'll
Hmm.
probably be okay. But me, you, and Joe down the road,
No.
that doesn't fall on our cards.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't.
So we just got to do the right thing and pay the man.
Yeah. Well, my friend, it was good. If you're watching this, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.